Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Miss TV Total Football. Finally, Arsenal Football Club, they want to be a bit serious. Finally, all of these Mickey Mouse business that they're up to, please make sure the Madueke deal goes through. We are banking on that. Do you know what I mean? Finally, they are looking to get serious, and finally, they're looking to add that missing piece that truly could make them something substantial. That's how I think about it. I've always thought that their team is actually quite decent, but if they add a qualified striker, bona fide striker, then they could potentially become very, very interesting moving forward. And look, they're adding this man, Gyokeres, ladies and gentlemen. This is now getting closer and closer. Looks like Gyokeres is going to Arsenal Football Club. There was a lot of shenanigans that was happening with this deal. Where's Gyokeres going to go? Is he going to go to Man United? Is he going to go to Arsenal? Is he going to just stay? Because apparently there was a gentleman's agreement that was made between Gyokeres and Sporting, nothing in written apparently, that if the release clause, which was supposedly meant to be around the 60 million odd, but all of a sudden the release clause became 100 million. This was coming from internal sources in Sporting. But the initial conversation was somewhere around the 60 million pounds, I believe. And if that's been triggered, if anyone triggers that, then they can get the services of Gyokeres. But somewhere along the way, Sporting said, I don't know. We don't know anything about this 60 million business. We really don't. But whatever the case is, it seems like it's been rectified. I do feel, though, however, and Arsenal fans, do let me know this in the comment section. I do feel Arteta wasn't really looking for Gyokeres. I think Arteta was more inclined to get Sesko. And if you know, Sesko's deal with Arsenal was also getting advanced. And somewhere along the way, that blew up. And this is why, literally a few videos ago, I said, Arsenal are going backward with all the transfers that they've done so far. It didn't really give that vibe of you need to be scared of Arsenal Football Club. Not at all. But this striker, I do rate him a lot. I rate him a lot, and I think he's going to do very well at Arsenal. As I said, my only biggest worry here, well, I'm not really worried. I'm not worried as a fan because I follow Chelsea. But my only worry for you Arsenal fans is I don't think Arteta wanted him. I think Arteta wanted Sesko. I still do think he's a fantastic player. No doubts about that. Gyokeres will score anywhere he goes. Robust, physical, strong, good in the air. Great movement, great finisher. He's got it all. I know the goals that you've seen in Sporting, they all seem like they've got a lot of space available, but he's also played in the Championship. He knows what it takes to play in this type of environment. So I've got no doubts that he'll do well. And the quality that Arsenal have altogether, I've got no doubts that he's actually going to succeed with them. Now, what does that that's successful nature actually mean? We don't know. It might not be trophies. I hope it's not trophies. Do you know what I mean? From a Chelsea perspective. But for Arsenal fans, look, he's a top striker. As I said, my only concern is Arteta don't want him. Now, could that create a bit of an issue? Arteta's first choice was Sesko. Now, if things don't go the right way next season for Arsenal and Mikel Arteta, they've got a new sporting director there with Mark Bertra. I think that's his name, Mark. Could be wrong, but last name is Bertra. If things don't go the right way, there could be problems. And Gyokeres, if he's signed for Arsenal Football Club, he's not the one that's going to leave. He's going to sign a long-term contract. If anything, Arteta's tenure could come to an end if it doesn't materialize to a trophy next season. Next season, there is no more excuses for Arsenal. You've come second multiple times, and no one really cares about coming second. You need to now go and win something. And if you don't, there could be trouble. But I do like this transfer. This is going to elevate Arsenal to the next level. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts about Gyokeres to Arsenal. Are you worried? Has Arsenal just become a very, serious club once again, because they were missing the striker. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, well, let's have a look at the news first up. Arsenal are now getting closer to signing Viktor Gyökeres after a new round of talks in recent hours. Gyokeres will not return to training at Sporting as he's fully focused on leaving the club. Arsenal are now advancing. Nothing done yet, but discussions underway. This was probably in the last 24 hours. This is more recent. Viktor Gyökeres has accepted to give up 2 million euros from his salary in order to facilitate negotiations between Arsenal and Sporting. I mean, this guy is fed up. He don't want to be at Sporting anymore. He's so desperate. He's given up 2 million euros per year. That's a lot. Let's say he ends up getting, I don't know, 10 million or 11, 12 million. Take away 2. That's a decent amount of money that's gone in order to facilitate this move. So you can tell he's done. He's done everything possible with Sporting. He's won a lot of trophies there. He's now looking to move on. Sporting insists on higher fee compared to Arsenal proposal. There you go. I think this is the issue, isn't it? It's not that 60 million release clause, 60 million pound or something release clause that we heard a while back. I think it's more. Sporting wants more. And in order to facilitate that, Gyokeres is having to take a discount in salary because Arsenal, they need to compensate somewhere. If it's not going to be the transfer fee, then your wages are going to have to take a hampering. Do you know what I mean? And Gyokeres tries his best, also giving up money to make it happen as per record. So look, I think it's going to happen. He's showing a lot of ambition to join Arsenal, and Arsenal will try and make this happen right now. So ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts in the comment section about Viktor Gyökeres to Arsenal. Next up, Barcelona plans have not changed. The intention is to try and make new approach for Luis Diaz soon. Diaz keen on the move. He's the main target for Barca as winger, while Barcelona are aware of difficult negotiations ahead club to club after 2 approaches already rejected. Now, I think they're really going to pursue this now, knowing the big betrayal job that happened with Nico Williams just a few days ago. I wanted to do a video about just so much Chelsea stuff that was going on. We just couldn't come around it. Nico Williams, ladies and gentlemen, was a here we go, I'm pretty sure, to Barcelona. The deal was done and dusted, but he needed to be registered. He wanted assurance that he can be registered. Barcelona got a big problem financially in registering players. They couldn't get him registered. And you know what Nico Williams did? He got another extension. All up, I think he's got 10 years. He's got an extension till 2035. Now he's got a 10-year contract at Atletico Madrid and a release clause that has jumped, I believe, from somewhere around that 60 million pounds to 100 million euros. So good luck to anyone that's going to try and get him. Good luck to all of these nonsense that we keep hearing that, this club's interested. And no club's interested. And I'm pretty sure he's got a bumper wage rise. He was already on good wages at Atletico Bilbao. He's now going to get an even bumper wage rise. And it's a 10-year contract all up. So Nico Williams, I guess you can call it somewhat of a betrayal. You didn't want to wait around for Barcelona. But then again, can you really call it betrayal? Maybe not. So now Barca are focused on getting someone. Marcus Rashford's name's getting thrown around as well. I don't know why they're linked with Marcus Rashford. He's finito. He's finito, but maybe they could still pursue him. But 100% they're going after Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz's time at Liverpool Football Club seems like it's over. I don't know how that's materialized. Maybe he's just a bit sick of being in UK. Maybe he doesn't enjoy the environment. A lot of these South American players, they love going to Barcelona. It reminds them of South American settings. Do you know what I mean? So Luis Diaz, I'm pretty sure Liverpool, if they do get the cash eventually, if they do end up selling him and get the cash, I'm still pretty certain Liverpool will go out there and do more business. Liverpool are setting themselves up for another big title challenge next season and defending their title. But Luis Diaz to Barcelona, look, he's not gonna take over Rafinha, that's for sure, but he'll be a good backup. 100% he'll be a good backup. I rate Luis Diaz. He's a good player, but he's nowhere near Rafinha level, but he'll be a nice little backup. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, last but not least, Jhon Durán, if you guys remember. Fenerbahçe confirmed deal for Jhon Durán as loan with no buy option included, but his chapter at Al Nassr will be over in any case. Deal done by SEG agency with agent Sofyane Benkheil on it, and players agent Jonathan Herrera. There you go. Jhon Durán, look, left Aston Villa, had a big future ahead of him. He could have been a superstar in European levels. He was starting to show signs of a magnificent striker. He went for the money, he went for the bag, and you can't blame him. Is probably, I'm pretty sure he got offered. I remember he got offered something ridiculous with Al Nassr, and that type of money would change, your entire generation. Do you know what I mean? So Jhon Durán accepted all of that money, and he's gone to Al Nassr. Now it looks like he doesn't like being at Al Nassr. One season at Al Nassr, and that's it. It's not for everyone. Look, Saudi Arabian settings, I know I'm from a Muslim background. I'd love to live there because it fits with my culture, but it's not for everyone. I understand that. It's not for everyone. And maybe Jhon Durán doesn't feel completely, doesn't feel right in terms of their environment. Who knows? Who knows what the go is? But his career at Al Nassr is over. He's now going to Fenerbahçe. Which is also strange because Turkish, that's Islamic background as well, but a little bit more relaxed, I suppose, than Saudi Arabia. And he's going to have Jose Mourinho there. I think he's going to enjoy there. But Jhon Durán, once you go to Fenerbahçe, I don't know whether you can make a move from there to a top European club. I think he's going to end up being a journeyman from here on in. Do you know what I mean? Jhon Durán is going to go from Fenerbahçe to, maybe Besiktas down the track, maybe Club Brugge, and all of these journeyman style of business that's going to happen with him. I'm sure he's on loan, so he's going to get paid well by Al Nassr, and then there doesn't seem like there is a option to buy either, with no buy option included. Well, there you go. So once it's all over with Al Nassr, he's just going to be a journeyman. That's the bottom line. He's kind of killed his career, but we'll see what he does at Fenerbahçe. I think it'll be interesting under Jose Mourinho. Once upon a time, Jhon Durán's name was getting linked with Chelsea, and now look where he is. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts about everything we spoke about. Smash about the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Till next time, take care. See ya.